first in NA right now. They could get past, most likely would, by the Shock.
Yeah, the Shock have 3 games to play. They're only 1 win behind the Fusion. So
right.
Quite likely we see them get there. Philly are just a little bit ahead.
Unless they get swept. They get swept in all the games.
That, yeah, doesn't seem very likely, but now it's time for Philly's final outing of the regular season. And they butt heads early with San Francisco here on Control Center. Junkrat Doomfist for the Philly Fusion, and it's going to be Rascal on the Symmetra here for the shot. So let's see what they can get done here with an ostensibly slightly squishier setup. But somehow, Rascal doesn't go down there, but Tricobin definitely does. Ivy goes in with the Doomfist and causes problems early.
I was going to say, it's enough disruption from Ivy to create a lot of commotion on the side of San Francisco, which results in a kill. Hisu just chucking Junkrat grenades up in the sky, hoping to hit Violet. Eventually gets him when he comes to the ground. So it'll be the Fusion with point control. First, Violet and Alarm, two of those, two of the best flex supports in the league. We talked about Twilight earlier, but both of them with their ultimates already coming into this first fight.
All right. Rascal with the barrier. It's going to be able to shut down Hisu for some of this fight, depending on where it's placed. Here's the barrier. Okay, there's a lot going on right now, but it's an amplification matrix from the San Francisco Shock, and that lets Smurf just burn Ivy down. Hisu with a Riptire into the back line, but that's already been detected by San Francisco, so he still sneaks it through the wall. He gets rid of Violet and Smurf. Great little turnaround late in the fight for Philly, who already were in control of the point, so they'll keep stacking up that capture percent.
And this lineup for the Philadelphia Fusion, we saw them run it a lot in the Countdown Cup. We casted the semifinals with the Paris Eternal versus Philly Fusion. They ran Carpe on control with Ivy, and then after that, through that series in the finals, it was really this lineup we saw them play. They have really good teamwork when they play fast and aggressive, so not surprised to see it here.
Rascal on the Doom, Rocket Punch doesn't connect, and he's punished as a result. Supercharger made it much easier just to turn, look at the Doomfist, and have him disintegrate under their scrutiny. And now Hisu's going to punish the Shock further as they try and back away. And maybe this, Ivy and Hisu, this is the finely honed blade that the Fusion have been working on crafting. And that's why they busted it out and they attempted to make it work in the Countdown Cup finals. So far it's working here on Lijang, Matt.
Yeah, the Shock with some ultimates, though, coming into this fight. You can get a halt with a Gravitic Flux, probably get sound barrier, but they have a sound barrier of their own to deal with Furies. These Strikers able to get something with the tire, but they get Moth before the sound barrier.
Yeah, the halt was really what hurt them. Hisu just threw a remote mine into the mix, into the bubbling cauldron. He came out with a potion that was the antithesis to the Shock. Hisu gets a Riptire again. You'll have to see that one. And Philadelphia Fusion way ahead of the Shock as this round began, and it was a simple matter of snowballing to victory.
Oh, that pick on Moth is huge, though. Not getting that sound barrier down, everybody else in the Shock just takes so much damage, and as soon as that happens, the Philadelphia Fusion, they speed right into it. They know they have them dead to rights, and they finish them all off. And see what Philadelphia decides to run here coming up next. Looks like potentially a Winston Diva dive composition with the Pharah in the mix.
Interesting if Ivy goes with just the healing of Alarm here, which kind of means that Ivy wants to sort of play off the point as much as possible, maybe get some concussive blast value. There's obviously plenty of fun stuff for Lucio to do here, Matt.
Yeah, I was going to say, you speed boost with a Lucio and then switch to the Mercy here, which is what they end up doing.
Okay.
Interesting double shield with Arisa Reinhardt for the Shock.
This is like 2019 Shanghai Dragons. Okay, all we need is one more DPS, and oh my, Choikobin. Again, I mean, there's not much he can do after he puts down that Orisa barrier and he's waiting for the respawn. Ryan Orisa is so fascinating, though.
Yeah, they're going to use a teleporter to try and get aggressive on them. And, I mean, Striker with a double kill takes out the Pharah Mercy, but is that going to be enough?
Maybe not. Moth's gone down here, Matt. Striker is at least able to sit on the point and start to begin the capture. With Alarm going down, there might be an opportunity here for San Francisco to clean this fight up, especially if everyone just has to walk slowly in Striker's direction. Philadelphia also don't seem too bothered about capturing the point right now. Striker has to rotate out. Cleverly, he does this, right? So he can't get caught on his own, but this allows Philly to swoop in and capture the point. They're still a little bit undermanned.
Yeah, I was going to say, a lot of those kills are going in the Philadelphia Fusion's favor. It's just some early percentage garnered by Striker and the Shock as So much damage being put down by Ivy as they move on in. This will be a Riptire that comes in from Striker, and ooh, the Concussion Blast doesn't knock him off the side, but they're able to get one.
I think the Concussive Blast actually got eaten up by the defense matrix of Trichoven there. Trichoven eventually gets his just desserts. He's desuited by Ivy at 4 health, but well, the Buddy Blaster claims the Pharah. And Philly now, again, still struggling for players. It's just a Sombra, I think, and Ana close by. They'll have to regroup here with Ivy back on his feet. Mercy really upping the tempo here with those Resurrects, getting Fusion back in position quicker.
Yeah, Primal Rage and an EMP here available for the Fusion. They're going to use the Rocket Barrage first. You deal with Smurf. Primal Rage comes in from Sato. He's able to knock Violet back. Now you can save this EMP.
Oh, Strike is hating life. And there's a defense matrix to protect Sato as well. He goes deep for that kill, and he gets away with it. Off now will be staggered out somewhat, but the Fusion hadn't captured the point yet, so it doesn't really suffer the shock at all. All right, now we have... Okay, so then we switch away from the Pharah, now we go to Echo for Ivy. The Mercy's still there, and Valkyrie's still available, so still an airborne threat might be the play, but they have to be extra careful of Striker here.
Echo's probably a little bit better playing closer to the point when you have control of it.
But
see, there's I think Hisu actually was trying to bait out Sound Barrier or some kind of ultimate there. It's an EMP that comes in from Rascal. It's good, but the Fusion just back off the point.
And this is what you can do on this particular point. Just back out through the doorways, self-destruct. The EMP timing was perfect. Smurf had his shield up and couldn't protect himself when it was torn away from him. Violet also got taken down as he couldn't fade away from the blast after the EMP came through. Good combo from Philly, but there's still some work to be done. A funny Astro tries to get out of line of sight, and everyone just ignored the Echo. Focus down the Mercy, but the point still remains with Philly, and the cleanup is there.
All right, so Philly's going to get out about 85% on the point here before this next fight kicks off. As the Shock, they'll have Shatter. No static shield available here for the Fusion, so maybe Smurf is able to make good use of this.
Smurf will make his way forward now. Shatter is there. Again, there's no shield, so Smurf just needs to make sure he can collect as many of the Fusion players as he can, but he's not had much of a chance. Ivy's going to duplicate the Reinhardt. Good Shatter. That had to be there, but Ivy's still going to be able to get to his feet, throw one down. Easy come, easy go, Matt. No biggie for Ivy as he builds a second Shatter. Oh, forces the translocation. He'll be sat on the point now, and it's 98%, but the Shock captured the point during that fight. And as fun as it is, Matt, to be on board with the Reinhardt, getting 2 Shatters like Gesture did against Reinforce in that ranked match, and it was 3 actually. San Francisco still had the numbers where it counted.
Yeah, as the Shock have to throw pretty much everything at that to be able to win it. Deadeye here for Striker. That'll be it. Primal Rage available for Sato as Alarm takes out Rascal. That's huge play there. I believe Rascal actually gets hacked there by Hisu, and then Alarm finishes him off.
Yeah, it looked like there was a sleep dart involved as well. Everything went wrong. Oh, Moth can get back up. No, he was too far away from the edge, so couldn't sort of path over in midair. Oh, Smurf. Yeah, caught in a quantum loop of never actually getting to the end of his charge when he tries to move towards Sato. And now Philly are in control, Matt. Full stall, EMP attempt there, but there's no one to follow it up at all. And the Philadelphia Fusion starts strong in this series. Multitude of different looks. We get the Pharah, we get the Echo, we get the Junkrat. Philadelphia look confident on all of them.